you hear me? We could be legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know what's real. Escape reality. Hardwired. We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars. This is the world you've made yourself. Now you have to live in it. The end is in our sights. The future is already here. No matter how hard we tried, we are doomed. Say your goodbyes. Brace yourself. I can see the end inside. Three, two, one. Hardwired.
Shots into Tokyo, and Tokyo needs to. I don't think he knows the dangerous situation he is in, but he is able to spoil it to sense it. Oh my god! The Komi Fiao got ammo wrecked in the victory. uh-oh, I think he is in deep trouble. Can't pull back, because if he pulls back, the ice ball will be ready to... Oh! Goodbye, everyone. I mean, hello, everyone. We are back. As always, we are always back. You know, previous skill tournament first series, day 3 on the Asia server. So what to expect today? Once again, if you have not watched my stream yesterday, which which you should be terribly ashamed of, then this is the previous skill tournament format. The first day will be a 14 double elimination played in the best of 3 series, and the second day also a 14 double elimination played in best of 3 series, and finally today is the third day where it will be an 8-team single elimination with match for third place. Quarterfinals and semi-finals are in the best of 5 series. Meanwhile, finals and match for third place will be best of 7. However, I have to pop off after the finals very quickly, so the stream can end a bit abruptly, but I apologize for this because I have plans after this stream, so hopefully everything should be sorted. And tonight we're back on the EU server. Seeding is based on strongest to weakest principle via a weighted win rate. Top 2 of each group from the first day and second day would advance to the second day and third day respectively. The leaderboard is ranked in descending order of the number of cups, which is very intuitive and obvious. So here are the number of cups a clan can earn per previous skill tournament format. Per previous skill tournament. The team, some clans will send more than one team, so the team which earns the most number of cups will be the number of cups that the clan earns, and it's not counting separate days of whichever team performs the best. So we only count that one team for all 3 days, so not every single day. And here we are, number of cups. You might recognize some of the numbers from previous skill tournaments in this winter and spring season, and perhaps also the autumn season last year. And here we are, the timeline. Today originally is a break day, but Wargaming decides that none of the teams can have a break because I believe some team has done something really naughty. That means the entire Clan Wars scene is getting punished for this. So I have to say, blame that single clan which told Wargaming to have the tournaments played today instead of tomorrow. So I'm just joking about this one. Please don't come for me. Hello Spawn, what are you doing? And then the second previous skill tournaments will be held on Friday, so every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so every single day except for Thursday it will be a match day. And as you can see from the bottom left hand corner, this is an even more general review of the season, of this season. So the top 8 will advance to the professionals tournament. That will be a double round robin series. Middle echelon championship, that will be a two-stage double elimination if I remember correctly. And finally we have the low echelon 17th place or below. They will play in the low echelon championship, I suppose the same as last season. And then the top 4 from the professional tournament will advance to the Blitz Cup, and those games will be held on every single weekend, starting from Asia server and then the CIS and then the EU, finally ending on the NA server. and whichever team win, all the teams in the top 4 will be getting some money from wargaming. The prize pool this season is $50,000 US. I'm informed that it is the same amount as last season, so that's pretty good. And also the 4th place will earn more money than the 1st place in the previous 3 seasons, so that's actually a good. I mean, if you qualify to the 4th place, to the top 4, then you are already doing earning more than the champion in last 3 seasons. So the clans, especially Asia server, where the top 4 is really competitive this season, every single clan would relish the chance to get into this stage. And I would say the professional tournament for the Asia server will be very exciting to watch. So I don't think we could rule out any single clan that will become the beating bags of the other clans. So the schedule, quarterfinal will be held in around 10 or 11 minutes, 9 minutes. Semi-finals 51 past, and final the next hour, and it's 42 past. That being said, though, this stream will have a 5-minute delay as usual. So if you are watching this stream, then everything will happen 5 minutes. Everything would have happened 5 minutes ago. So do note this. My topic, yes, this will change after the second previous skill tournament, and that will also be my final topic, yes. Currently, I have Feast, GB, ECG, ID, E7, NQ, E7, HLV, and EA as my top 8 guests. However, E7 was knocked out yesterday, and also ECG, and you can see which clans are coming in instead. It will be Laos, and also Ho, I believe. I mean, we can check. We can check this bracket. It isn't Ho, sorry. It's actually going to be ID, Laos, E7, HLV, RNGV, EA, and Feast. Ho is in the top 8, but they will be overtaken, and also ECG, because they didn't qualify tonight. ID and Laos will overtake both ECG and Ho tonight and go into the top 8. Wargaming has not said which team I'm going to follow, so let's hope for the best, and let's see if we get some really exciting matchup. I would say Feast versus EA will be a brilliant match to watch, and E7 versus HLV as well. I mean, E7 versus HLV. If you remember the last season in the professionals, E7 and HLV went to a tiebreaker, and E7 bested HLV in the end. And HLV is also looking strong. I mean, they were the champions of the Asia 7 last year. In the autumn season, so definitely E7 being the champion of the Asia 7 in the spring season this year. And I mean, we can go through the list. This year we have GB winning the winter season, E7 winning the spring season, and Feast winning the summer season. And previously we have HLV winning the autumn season last year, ID winning the summer season last year as well. I mean, they won that twice, also the spring season previously last year. So already you're seeing 5 clans here that were champions of the Asia 7 before. EA is looking strong, and as this year progresses, so they could become contenders if they could beat some of the clans here. Laos is really surprising. I think they've beaten some of the really good clans like GB. So I expect Laos to put a good fight tonight, and then RN. They were in the top 4 during the spring season. They were pretty much up and down, but they won Challengers Tournament twice this year. So do not rule any clan out of this yet. So I think all of the matches will be extremely exciting to watch. And we are actually going to follow EA versus Feast, so let me just get it down. And let's double check if hello Ultimate, hello NS4, hello Jin Agent, hello Lemonade, hello Ultimate Bane. Okay, so you know the rules and so do I. Let's check if everything is working. Yes, this is looking really good. And then we'll go into this back to into the waiting room. EA versus Feast. EA, they were known for their really aggressive strats last season, but will that work out? Vineyards is such a good map for this type of play, but it's a best of 5, so you never know if they're going to be picked a weaker map next. So we can check now which map they're going to play next. We have RN and EA, which we are in the 3rd stage. So Feast, with this lineup here, we have Fit and Surprise, F Silver. I shouldn't announce that, but we have Vineyards, Oasis Palms, and Naval Frontier. Supposedly really good maps for EA for aggressive strats. And as you can see already here, I'm holding my team for no good reason. Double bad shots by Just Do It and BLD. M60Os, quadruple of them. Heavy, Raftalia, LSSN, and WCNM. We also have Xiong Ace in the Crown Wagon with Feast going with double 1-3s by Hidden Surprise and James Bond. Vickers Lights will be played by F Silver, Jahim, M60 Necromans are also in that tank. But we also have a double 50B by Slice, my waifu, and Sugar and Mugu. So let me have a sip and then we'll go in. Hopefully I won't spill myself all over. It will be funny. No, I won't do that. Good. Because I'm so busy today, so pretty much have my lunch during the stream. So please don't, you know, be surprised if I'm eating some apple streeters. But yes, I try to behave. Good. Apart from that, if you know the results of the previous 2 stages, make sure to join my server. I think the link is in the description there. And subscribe. Obviously, be notified when there are new results. So check my server. I will update stuff and so on. Hello, Cash. So how are you doing? So one minute more to go. Vineyards and previous go to the first of it. 3rd stage, quarterfinals and best of 5. We love to see a lot of action tonight, and hopefully the grand final is going to be quick and furious because I'm not sure how it. If you don't know when the matches will start, I think I said it a few minutes ago. While I'm briefing what's going to happen tonight. So pause that stream if you don't know. There'll be like 51 minutes of I mean, we are now starting the first match, and then the next game, the semi-final, will happen 51 minutes later. So, there we go. HKT Hong Kong time is GMT +8, Greenwich Mean Time +8, or UTC +8. So you can convert that to Russia, to Moscow Standard Time, something like that. So I think we are seeing BLD in the back chats looking to go for B, but Feast is just committing all the forces into the city, which is a really interesting move. I don't see that. I don't see that often. I don't know why Wargaming suddenly changed the tour schedule. I don't know. I'm blaming whoever's trying to who's trying to ask for a change. There we go. F Silver wanted to go for A, but I don't think it's successful. But C will be captured by Feast. They don't have the cap lead though. It's on EA to do the defensive move. But that could be a problem for EA because EA is really not known for defending well. But Feast, they can't let the guard down just yet. EA can absolutely punish them. They are in good positions. But Siones is in some sort of trouble already, losing some hit points to Crown Bargain. It has to be really careful though. It's a good spot for Howard down, but I don't think it's working out for Siones at the moment. He has to pull back, and he's trying to pull back. I don't think he's successful though. Now down to one shot, could be killed in any single second if he's able to put more shots in, but EA has bitten back. They have put some shots in, and they do not have the hit point pool lead. And EA has made a move to get A, and that could be a big problem here. Those MC Jahi and also Necromancer could be in deep trouble. But we are also seeing James might be getting rushed by the M6Os. Well, they need to get a focus fire here, but Guai is actually getting shut down, pretty much. James will not be killing Guai, but he's going to be sliced by Waifu, and it's now going to be a 6-7. This is getting close, but Feast got the hit point pulling back. Seong Ace is now very, very low. This has descended into Pandemonium with Slice by Waifu looking for Raptalia, but I don't think he was going for that. He might be going for Seong Ace instead, because it's a one-shot. Oh, we're seeing some very terrible shots coming from the V side, but Raptalia is now dead, and we also have a hidden surprise dead as well. Feast has made a push now, and they are looking really strong at the moment. They have 6 tanks compared to EA with only 4. But we are seeing Feast, the bad charts might be in trouble because Feast is now trying to counter push those bad charts. They need to run away. They're not good tanks for defending. And we're seeing F Silver trying to brawl against BRD, and it's a kill, definitely. We are now seeing also WCNM getting killed here. This is such a good match for Feast. I must say, and EA definitely struggling to defend with in their positions, and the Crown Vargas at the start. Seong Ace took so much damage in a somewhat good position, so that kind of threw EA off guard, and they don't really have something to follow up there. And Feast, with a commanding lead, we having Heavy Rabbit killed by Sugar Mugu now. It's going to be 1-0 for Feast. Well done to Feast. I mean, looking at this, we have Feast with 5 tanks doing more than 2k. EA 3 tanks are doing more than 2k. So it's a good start for Feast, and EA not the best start, and they have to make use of the lineups they have, and they need to play in the way they are comfortable with. I think they're still struggling to defend a cap lead, and that could be a problem. And now we're seeing EA changing up somehow, or is it not? They are going to take a Sheridan. Sheridan is an interesting tank. And it can do a lot of damage when using the HE, but the DPM can be a bit on the low end, and the armor is not really good. I mean, same goes for all the light tanks. So Xion, I think probably got punished. Probably the leader is not happy with Xion Ace not holding well in that crown bargain. He switched out, and LSSN, previously for Blow, will be in the team now. Feast, on the other hand, we're going for a double bad shot by F Silver and Sugar Mugu with Jais my waifu, Slice my waifu, and Necromancer potentially in triple M60 James in the T125, and we are seeing much. Oh, Hidden Surprise going to T125 instead. So I think this is the first time we're seeing a team using two T125s, and the reason why it's getting much less attention is because of the nerf of the ultra speed boost. And also, I think also the hit points, I believe, and maybe the gun stats, I forgot. But T125 became increasingly unpopular because of the nerf, and we're seeing a lot more M60Os now. So Feast leading by a few hit points this time because they have. Oh, they didn't take one less medium or light. It's interesting. Oh, it's because they took one less medium or light, and EA taking 3 lights. This can be really soft, but it can be really mobile. So let's see how it's going to pan out here. Heavy Rabbit, let's follow Heavy Rabbit for a moment here in that Sheridan, looking to spot whoever's trying to go into the city. But this time, Feast is not putting their forces into the city. But oh my goodness, big great shot into F Silver by Heavy Rabbit here. But Beauty, oh my lord, always trying to run away, but took a big chunk of damage, and Just Do It also took a big chunk of damage. Not a really good start with the EA bad chats for the EA. But EA is going to get A more quickly than Feast is getting B. So EA once again is in the cap advantage, and maybe Feast can do a lot about it. But Guai, oh wow, getting shot from the crossfire of Feast. Looking at James here, James. It's going to capture. Oh my goodness me, I can't find my keyboard. Trying to get A, trying to get a cap lead back. But Feast is just bleeding EA so heavily when Feast is now getting the cap lead. How is EA going to respond to that? Because they are now down by more than 3,000 hit points, and they are not consolidated well enough. I mean, those light tanks of EA is struggling to conserve the hit points already with the Just Do It now dead, and the bad chance of Feast. F Silver and Sugar Mugu not going to shut down Guai, and it's going to be the case. The Feast is just punching through EA's forces. EA just simply not grouped well enough. They are just allowing Feast to focus fire relatively easily. WC and them now dead. Feast is looking very even more dominant in this game. And Feast now with Jais my waifu and Necromancer and James. And Hidden Surprise going for LSSN next. EA looks really lackluster today so far. From the LSSN, it's almost reloaded, but Slice my wife is not allowing LSSN to put any shots in, and we're seeing Sugar Mugu derping, which is not good. Sugar Mugu can do better. Reality is going to be taken out by Jai. No, not sure why he has gone for Raptalia instead, but that's better at this point, because there are only 2 tanks remaining for EA, and James is now dead. Feast with 6 tanks still alive on the battlefield. This, I have to say, it looks like a thrashing for me, and it looks very good for Feast. Now bringing it to 2-0. Wow, well done to Feast. I mean, looking at the damage they've done, 5 tanks doing more than 2k. EA, just the bad chats are definitely underperforming. Just Do It, doing a good old egg fried rice. No damage. Very Pacific. We have 3 tanks and more than 2k for EA. So we're now into Oasis Palms. Definitely EA is struggling to get into the game so far, and if they don't start winning games, they will get knocked out the quarterfinals, and it will be good night to them for now. Okay, so now we are going for Oasis Palms Feast. taking this time double 1-3s by his opponent James. Giles, my waifu, Necromancer slides my waifu, triple M60, F Silver, Vicky Slide with Sugar Mugu potentially in the back chat on the other side. EA is changing up what they are not good at in the last game on Vineyards and on Wizards Farms. I don't think that would be a good map to take a lot of heavy, so double bounce by just doing it there with his hand. By get that they are not doing really well with a lighter lineup, so they go more heavy. Will this work out for EA? We'll find out soon. But in a map like Oasis Palms, where it's so open, it can be prone to crossfire from a lot of directions. But it's good for Feast. It's good because Feast. I mean, not really, because Feast only taking one medium light. But we see heavy rabbit in the heavy and Vegas light, Guai, BK, WCNM. Well, WZ 1-3. Hopefully, more people will join soon. Okay, here we go. EA, Red Team, North Spawn, Feast, Blue Team, South Spawn. Let's head up high now. And see what we're going to have. Yeah, updates. Yeah, it seems there is some miscommunication. Oh, already. Heavy Rabbit getting spotted in the Vickers light already, and C is going to be captured by F Silver, I think. Oh, took a hit. No, no, get out. No, you can't get C. Get out of this. Yes, get out of here. Feast. The heavy tanks are going into the desert as well. Spotted, so it's going to be a big brawl fest over to the desert side. So I have to throw in a lot of terms to describe chaos and so on. So it will descend into disarray very soon. We're seeing Z Park looking to put a shot into BLD. That's good. Feast is starting well, but they're also taking some hits with those WZ-1-3s. They have advanced very far forward, so they have to be careful though. But I don't think EA has crossfire to shoot from this narrow corridor. But looking at WZ-1-3s, Feast are holding well with two of them. And already Feast is trying to support those WZ-1-3s, so 4 tanks of EA will get isolated. So Feast, what they need to do, they need to kill tanks off quick. BLD is now dead, and Guai could be the next tank down. Looking at WZ-1-3s, they need to take out Guai, they cannot bounce a single shot. And this is going to descend into Anarchy, with Guai is going to be killed by James soon. It's going to be a case with Raptalia going to the next tank down. Already 2 tanks down for EA and Feast. It's looking really good, but the hit points are quite close to one another. Slice my waifu is now very low. Z-Park down to a one-shot. This is actually pretty close. Z-Park is now dead. Raptalia is also dead. 4 versus 5 right now. And more actions happening around here. Mashiga Mugi, had he survived for long enough here, if he can survive for a really good time, while Mouse can hold off the forces of Feast, EA could make a comeback here. You never know. Shigeru is reloading for a really long time, and WCNM is now dead. 3 versus 4, still a glimmer of hope for EA, but it's looking less likely as time goes by, with now Just Do It holding off 2 really healthy tanks. F Silver doing 1 versus 1 against Heavy Rabbit. I think he might want to want some support. This 1 versus 1, let's head down to what's gonna happen. Heavy Rabbit and also EA. No, sorry. Heavy Rabbit, also F Silver. It's going to be F Silver winning the 1 versus 1 fight with Just Do It, the last person standing, making it to 3-0 for Feast, advancing to the semi-final. Well done to Feast, and EA didn't really get into the game so far tonight. And they have a lot to ponder about, because this is not a performance that they are happy about here. But this is slightly better. But they are in all 3 games not very well consolidated. Feast, I'm not sure if it's Feast or if it's EA, but Feast just did an amazing job isolating EA's forces and cornering them, and not allowing EA to group up quickly enough. And We're seeing Feast 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and wow, I must say Feast looking ruthless. And what more to expect from this? I don't know, but I mean, next match is going to happen around in around 30 minutes, so a lot of time. A lot of time to spare. I just have to double check it's the right time. Next we have let's look at other results. Let's see if other results have come through. I know that this is quite dominant performance from Feast, and yes, and it's going to be Feast qualified to the semi-finals. RN versus GB. Do we have a result? We don't have a result. They're still playing at the moment. E7 versus HLV. They're still playing. Obviously, it's a really close one. ID versus Laos. ID versus Laos, and it ends ID 3-0 towards Laos. So ID are through to the semi-final, and they should be happy about this. I mean, we can also update the table and see the leaderboard change. Hello, Frozen, how you doing? Okay, the leaderboard now, Feast is now leading the table with 9,802 cups. Laos is now in the 8th position, 9,012 cups. Meanwhile, we have ID jumping into the 6th position, 9,302 cups. GB 9,280 cups, HLB 9,306 cups, EA also 9,306 cups, RNE and E7 are tied with 9,512 cups. Okay, so let's actually analyze some matches because we have a lot of time to spare. So let's do this. Let me find my stream. Z Park. And I don't want 1080p. Wait, actually, let's see if I can do it in 1080p. Oh, that would be good. That would be good. And also, if you have realized, my upload speed has improved substantially. Um, so I would try to do 1080p 60 in the next stream. Because now I don't know why I'm getting 30 megabytes of upload per second now. So let me try 60p tonight on the E7 and see if everything is working fine, and if my computer is struggling. So it's a welcoming change, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I'm excited to see if it's working tonight, because I think some of you want the 1080p 60. Here we go. Let's go. No, 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 no. Well, what have I done? Alright, alright. I don't know what I have done here. Okay, let's go. HKT Hong Kong time is GMT +8, Greenwich Mean Time +8, or UTC +8. So you can convert that to Russia, to Moscow Standard Time, something like that. So I think we are seeing BLD in the back chats, looking to go for B, but Feast is just committing. Well, I also think that let me just change my microphone settings. I think it volume has turned down quite a lot, so let me just double check. Okay, let's see if it's going to work better now. I've upped it a little bit. All of the forces into the city, which is a really interesting move. I don't see that. I don't see that often. I don't know why Wargaming suddenly changed the tour schedule. I don't know. I'm blaming whoever's trying to. Who's trying. Okay, so EA got B, but Asima tries to get A. This is an interesting position. By Just Do It trying to put shots into F right here. Actually, let's see if I can replicate and go to that position, and maybe that's something that you might want to know if it's actually working or not. So let me just take a light tank if I have if I have one. I mean, I don't have a lot of tanks in on my Asia server account. I have all tier 10s on my EU. I mean, 140 will work. Well, let's see about this. Let's go to Vineyards, shall we? Where are you? Here we go. Oh no, Luca, that's not nice to hear. And voila. So let's actually replicate that position and go to where that Vickers Light went in during the stream. I'm checking my FPS, and my bottom right hand corner is not totally 60, but it's close. And it's now 60 now. Okay, good. So I suppose that tank went to this position, I suppose. Yeah, so no, not really. Like this position. And you can get a good overview to the cap, but it can be really dangerous, I would say. You just have to play it really carefully, because if you got spotted by someone here, then you will get shot. No, I mean, just have to double check whether I'm in the right position. Yeah, I'm supposedly should be in the right position. then yeah, you have to be aware of whoever is trying to be taking these positions. So one of the characters will be taking this position, and this tank over here will get absolutely smacked. 9G's looking well. 9G never left. No, it's just a stream. You might get rewards in the next stage, so we'll see. I'm still missing, yes. Alright, so let's go back to here, and there we go. Let's continue watching. Trying to ask for a change. There we go. F7 wanted to go for A, but I don't think it's successful, but C will be captured by... Well, that's a lot of tanks there, but the 50Bs have to be pretty careful. The side armor is a bit weak, so you don't want to, you know, expose yourself to that, but... So in Ace, have to be really careful at this position, and you might have seen it before. It can be quite dangerous. Let's go. Feast, they don't have the cap lead though. It's on EA to do the defensive move. But I'm a bit worried because nah, maybe not. Yeah, I'm a bit worried because really you should expect someone going here. It could be really good to put shots into whoever is trying to cross here, and you might even have a good overview there. I mean, you have the bat chats looking at that corner. They're trying to create a defensive setup like this, but with no one. This is a hoe. This is a hoe right here you're seeing right now. It can be a problem, I must say, and maybe someone here might help also in potentially if Feast is trying to decide to rush through this angle. Although you already see that these M60Os are here to shut it down and potentially going into the city should but they don't have any tanks there. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 here. I mean, so you can see the line is around it's the defensive setup is around here, so I'm not sure why the M60Os would want to, well, maybe not, because you want to overlook if someone's trying to rush from here as well. So I think potentially what EA wants to achieve, and I mean, this gets really messy now, is trying to prevent, I mean, they have crossfire over here if they want to cross over this side, and if they want to cross over to this side and they have crossfire here, they have to be really careful though. So what we could do now is that they could only chip away hit points and find out whoever is careless. And if Feast wants to make a push, they have to do it immediately, because you are seeing clippers. Kraftwagen's auto reloading mechanic can be very crucial if the other team becomes hesitant. That could be a big problem. So Feast, what they could do at this point, because the cap was increasing very slowly, 5 cap points per second, chip away hit points of EA, and gradually as time goes by, and if they have done enough, they can make a push, but that push must occur decisively. They do not want to be half-hearted in that push. So this is what Feast can do in this situation, and I'm very sure Feast is very experienced in that respect, so they know what to do here. And EA, they should set up a good crossfire. All they need to do is prevent losing a lot of hit points, and that bat chat here needs to run away if Feast, for whatever reason, they don't know where they are. They decided to rush into the corner, which I think they should. They can, and I think it's a good idea to potentially shut down whoever is in alt near B to kind of mess up with the defensive setup that EA has put up at the moment. Great, let's continue watching. That could be a problem for EA, because EA is really not known for defending well. The Feast, they can't let the guard down just yet. EA can absolutely punish them. They are in good positions, but Siones is in some sort of trouble already, losing some hit points to Kraftwagen. It has to be really careful though. It's a good spot for Howard down, but I don't think it's working out for Seong Ace at the. Although I think Feast has done a great job in chipping away hit points of Seong Ace. So now what we are seeing is that this defensive line has been completely breached, and with no one here trying to stop whoever is trying to go into C. So that tank there could be very crucial. I mean, already they are pushing the line over to A, trying to go into A like that, but with no one here, Feast can gamble on that push because there are only 4 tanks defending now, and Feast has have 6 tanks. 6 versus 4, you should be able to do something from that. So let's continue to watch. The moment he has to pull back, and he's trying to pull back. I don't think he's successful though. Now down to 1 shot, could be killed in any single second if Feast is able to put more shots in, but EA has bitten back. They have put some shots in, and they do not have the hit point bullied, and EA has made a move to get A, and that could be a big problem here. Those MC Jahi and also Necromancer could be in deep trouble. But we are also seeing James might be getting rushed by the M. Oh, this counter push. Ooh, why is taking a lot of hits. I see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get aggressive, but Feast, no, they have a lot of tanks. You can't really do it with 2. They need to tone it down. They need to realize which side they have a number advantage, which side they don't have. For me, if I were EA, I would wait until the A side is completely cleared, that they can try and push it, because what Guai is doing is he's just trying to get killed. You can see, look at the crossbar, look at the lines you see as I froze the screen. I mean, look at this. You have shots coming from a lot of angles, and potentially now these 3 tanks could shut down Guai. It's a terrible move. Don't do that. So what you can take away from this, realize your numerical, your numbers. You don't want to push in a terrible numerical disadvantage, and Guai is just what we call in Cantonese giving heads. You don't want to give head to Feast. Although it doesn't sound really nice in English. Doesn't sound very good at all in English. Like it sounds a little bit weird, but this is what we call give head. So don't give head. This is not a good move. Don't do it, please. They need to get a focus far here, but Guai is actually getting shut down pretty much. James will not be killing Guai, but he's going to be sliced by Waifu, and it's now going to be a 6 vs 7. This is getting close, but Feast got the hit point bully back. Seong Ace is now very, very low. This has descended into Pandemonium with sliced by Waifu, looking for Raptalia, but I don't think he was going for that. He might be going for Seong Ace instead, because it's a 1-shot. Oh, we're seeing some very terrible shots coming from the Feast side, but Raptalia is now dead, and we also have a hidden surprise dead as well. Feast has. I mean, what the Feast did next, they capitalized on the mistake done by those M6Os. What spider are you talking about? And they just push in. This is good response, and punish EA totally of their mistakes here. Good. Made a push now, and they are looking really strong at the moment. They have 6 tanks compared to EA with only 4. But we are seeing Feast. The Bad Chats might be in trouble because Feast is now trying to counter push those Bad Chats. They need to run away. They are not good tanks for defense. And Feast. I mean, they now have the hit point pool and tank advantage. And I feel sorry for Bad Chats. So they got rushed next. So Feast, well done, figuring out that the Bad Chats would not be good when they are getting rushed. So that's good idea. BLD very, very low, so you can't do much about this. So let's continue watching. And we are seeing F Silver trying to brawl against BLD, and it's a kill, definitely. We are now seeing also WC. I mean, there is not much to analyze now, so let's see how much time I have still. We still have some time, but I'm not going for another one, so I'm going to go to the toilet, to the loo. So just so please bear with me for a moment. So we'll be back very soon. There was an NA stream streamed by Robert, but Fishy's going to stream tonight, so Oh, actually, before I go to the loo, let me just look at the results for E7 for E7 versus HLV, and also RN versus GB. So let's go. Oh, GV 3-1 against R and E7. Although all the previous winners of the Asia server, 3-0 for E7. What happened to HLV tonight? Not the result that I think we were all expecting, but at the moment, SOC King, HLV and GV and E7 are through to the semi-finals, so they will earn some more cups tonight. And GV definitely, they're back. Not sure what happened to them in the first 2 days. They were looking a bit off, but they are pretty much back now. We're looking at the table right now. Feast E7 first place, 9,802 cups. GV 4th, and ID in 7th. So RN still in top 4 at the moment, but that could change tonight. Explosion! Good. What explosion were we talking about? So, next match we are seeing, it will be ID versus E7 and GB versus Feast. Okay, in group 1, we only have one group, obviously. So this is going to be interesting. This is like this is a rivalry between GB and Feast. We can trace back to the winter season where one of the members of Feast was accused of scamming members of GB in another game, not this game. And since then, GB versus Feast has become the most popular rivalry in Clan Wars scene on the Asia server. So this is going to be fun. But we know deep down, these two clans, I believe they train a lot with one another. They help one another a lot as well. So on the surface, it looks like they are bitter rivals, but deep down, I believe they're just helping one another to get better and better. And I think so are ID and E7. I mean, in general, the Asia server is pretty amicable and pretty specific. I really like to see that, because we want to see teams improving one another positively, and yeah, maybe some rivalries popping up in there. But if it's nothing too, if it's not too detrimental, then it's good to have rivalries. Good to have competition, and it's even better to have a positive competition. And this is going to be fun to watch. GB versus Feast. I'll head to the loo and I'll join you back soon. Let me just remove the face cam for a moment.
Tragedies and set our spirits free.
Oh, hello again. Hello, people from Ho. Yeah, great to see you here. Great to see you try watching this stream to learn from the teams. Bye, wow, and Ho was in group 2, I think. He can go to my server. They were playing yesterday. They didn't qualify tonight to tonight's games, so we'll see. We still have some time, so what we will do now: play a game. And you will always I know you all love to see me doing terrible in this game. So let me play the combat here, and I'm just going to switch to this screen, and let me just have let's just be a bit fruity here. Good fruit soap. And I hope the pain is not going to be too terrible. I believe I can get aggressive on the sort of eastern corner, so I mean in general that area. So I'm going to do aggressive spotting. Okay, me too. I know. Oh my god. Oh, forgive me. SC100, I know you're here. Please, allow me to put shots in you and use my adrenaline. Oh, you're not moving. Good. Oh well, please stop moving. Good. You're listening to me. Oh my god, that shot was so bad. Yay. Come on, move forward, please. Move forward. Oh no, knows I'm here, but I'm going to TP back. Sorry, you're not going to shoot me. Hellcat! Hello, every good name is taken. I see you there, so. Oh shit. Not a good shot there. Oh, come on. And here we go. Leo. Not level 1. Bloody brilliant. Come on, oh god. Get this tank aim. No, KV2. Yeah, you're not aiming at me, please. Oh, I like hiding in the rock. No, someone has streamed. Robert streamed that. Yeah, don't know how I could do in this situation. Oh wow. Now I'm the last man standing. Oh dear. How can I up DPM that Hellcat though? Whoa, what the heck? No. No. The team definitely didn't perform well. I did perform well. I'm the best player in this game, so I blame my teammates. It's unacceptable. Yeah, don't know what my teammates doing. I blame my teammates. It's not good. It's not a good match. Why am I doing more than 2,000 damage in a tier 7 tank? That doesn't make any sense at all. No, I don't. Oh, I got premium time, yay! Well, we're going in. It's going to be GV versus Feast. On fast. Let's just have some fruits. Let's look at the lineup, shall we? GV, quintuple M6Os by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, Doha, Nubbage, and Tokyo. Professor Vickers Light and Berlin. In the mouse, Berlin's back in GV with a Feast. This is a surprise and Bifrost in the double IS4, F Silver in the Vickers Light, James in Kramwagen triple M6O by Lackrumancer, Z Park, and Sugar Vegan. Faust, what do you expect is just watch this game. I can't tell. And here we go. Wait. 6 seconds, no, 5 seconds remaining to go. Previous skill number 1. Semi-finals. all the action's gonna happen now. Interesting. GB and Feast. Looking at this, GV has a little bit more hit points. Oh, come on, please. Don't crash my game. GV, please don't do this to me. But I feel sorry for GB because they don't have a mouse to focus. Sorry, I always make jokes about that. I love GB, but C is going to be captured by GB. They will get a cap lead here, but meanwhile, Feast is not getting any cap lead. They're doing something really extraordinary. I don't know. Are they trying to push shots in for the crossing? Are they able to shut down some tanks? Some bounces, some misses going in. So GB crossed, but they didn't got punished. They didn't get punished a lot from that. And Berlin in that mouse Feast is just defending. They don't have a cap lead. It's all on Feast to make a move, not GB. GB's going to get D with Doha there. And nothing much you can say about this so far. Feast might go for rotation on D. Oh, they made a good cap reset on D, but I don't think that will be enough though. They aren't in good positions to do that. It will be difficult to reset D, but Doha can get D quite relatively unscathed, and it's going to be the case. GB got 2 caps with Feast only 1. And here we go. GV versus Feast. Still close. Feast has chipped away more hit points than GV, so it's good. But this is getting really dull. Duller than my than the color of my wall. So I don't know what's going to happen here, but I don't know. I don't know much about Faust, so I can't do a tour guide. But already we're seeing some action going on. Berlin has to be really careful with that mouse. Now that the hit points have been reduced since the update. So let's see what's going to happen next. GV Feast. Oh, they're now going to make a counter push onto Doha. Doha is in deep trouble. They have to be decisive here because they don't have a lot to spare. I mean, the other side might be in some sort of trouble, but Doha is going to go down to Necromancer, and that's the first tank down, and it's going to be 7 versus 6 for Feast. Feast is leading by quite some hit points here. Hidden Surprise, let's go and watch Hidden Surprise. The GV's M6COs are struggling to hold on, and they're dropping more and more hit points. Ho Chi Minh dropping even more hit points, but that shot from Hidden Surprise didn't go into Tokyo here. But we are now seeing Feast going to make a quick push onto the M6COs with Hidden Surprise looking to put a good shot into Ho Chi Minh. The focus on Ho Chi Minh, and Tokyo will be next to go. I've been looking at this push right here. It's going so well on the other side on A. F Silver is toying around with the tanks here, but let's actually go and look at F Silver here, trying to chase down Professor, but it's going to ignore that for now. So I mean, let's head up high and not obey the laws of physics. Bifrost is trying to run away from Capricorn. A great shot right here, but F is coming in to support Bifrost. And Nubb's trying to get B, and potentially GB could win by caps if Feast is not quick enough in killing all the tanks with Capricorn now dead. 3 versus 7. It's all about getting the kills now for Feast. But GB can absolutely try to get a win, trying to grind a win here by having the caps here, but Berlin instead, not much instead, leaving Professor the last person standing. Fantastic rush by Feast onto the D side, but Professor just rammed into those oil tankers. I'm glad it didn't explode. It could have inflicted a lot of damage to Professor, and Professor's now dead. Well done to Feast, is now 1-0. I'm looking at damage here. 5 tanks doing more than 2k fees. GV only 1 tank doing more than 2k. Great job. We're now back on Faust. And great. I'm just going to say it's working nicely. And I'm getting a lot of private messages. Oh, and there sent me another clan logo now. I'm gonna change that after the stream. So, ciao, Art Intel. Oh yeah, Oceania. Otherwise, some of them from Oceania, particularly in Australia. We is going with GB in that with quintuple M60Os by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, Doha, Nutmeg, and also Tokyo. Professor Enderwick is like with Berlin, and the Mouse with Feast going for triple M60Os by Necromancer Z Park and Sugar Mugu, double Ice Fall by Hidden Surprise, Bifrost, F Silver, Vickers like James Bond, and the Crown Bargain. And I'm very sure that there will be a new movie of oh yes, no Time to Die. It's going to come out probably very soon, but I don't know. I mean, when I think of No Time to Die, I think of Billie Eilish, which sang a song for the upcoming James Bond movie. But then, I mean, her latest album, there is a song called Everybody Dies. So it's a kind of an oxymoron, I would say. No Time to Die, but everybody dies. So this is very deep. Just let it sink in. Let that sink in. I digress, but GB, quintuple M60Os by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, Doha, Nutmeg, and Tokyo, and Berlin, and Professor in the Mouse, and Vickers like Sepp, respectively, and my game didn't crash. Thank you, Robert, but my frames. Okay, I don't want to raise my hand up in the air, but Feast with double. We announced that lineup, I think. I mean, this is pretty much the same lineup as before. D is going to be captured by Professor. Oh, I mean, looking at this one, he is in a really good position. Small enough, petite enough. I like this word, petite enough to shelve itself to capture D without taking any hits. So great job to GV. They will get a cap lead here. Feast, once again, they are the clan that needs to do the rotation, but as we saw with Feast a lot of times, they are not flustered at all. They don't have the hit point, they can't lead, but that could be dangerous. But GV's trying to get A, they're getting a bit greedy. They have the cap lead, they are pulling back from A. So what GV needs to do now is just to defend nicely, and oh, Doha receives some hit, but it's just only HE splashes, but that will be a warning sign for GV that they need to defend well. Necromancer is trying to cross. Feast is trying to get more into better positions, but Berlin might be able to pincer those M60. Necromancer Hidden Surprise. They have to be really careful, but Feast might be left with little choice but to focus the mouse. Berlin took a full clip from Necromancer Z punches, ignoring Berlin outright, or maybe not. Okay, they're going for Ho Chi Minh instead. Hidden Surprise just rushed into 3 tanks of GV, I think probably to draw GV's forces out in the open. And a surprise, this can be a make or break strategy, but that was a terrible bounce by Hidden Surprise. That was a surprising shot, with pun intended. And here we go. Feast is now going to make a push onto A side, applied so much pressure on GV, but GV simply is not able to cope with this. However, the hit points are still really close to Berlin, still really healthy. Hidden Surprise is now dead. GV is actually doing not too bad. On the other side, Bifrost is going to go down very soon. F Silver kills Professor, saving Bifrost for a few more seconds, but Nutmeg is going to go and kill off Bifrost, and F Silver bounces onto Capricorn, I suppose. Hit points are now with GV now. This could be GV's game. If Feast is not able to kill the tanks off his 4 versus 4, Berlin is finally dead, and hit points once again are very close. Nubbish might be able to kill off Z-Park. Only one shot, but that was a bounce. Not enough to kill Z-Park. That can be very important. Sugar because they're really healthy. But Necromans and Z-Park's trying their absolute best to say as long as they could, but Sugar and Mugen and F7 teamed up on Doha, killed it off, and Nub-ish still really healthy, but Z-Park absolutely desperately trying to get away from this quagmire, but Z-Park got a little bit greedy, will be killed by Nub-ish instead. Capricorn killed by F-Silver, F-Silver doing a lot of amazing stuff tonight here. Nub-ish is left the last person standing. Wow. That was a tight match. GB made a push on the other side, temporarily gave them a hit point pool lead, and I was thinking it could have been GB's game. GB could have snatched this one out of the bag. But Feast simply they applied pressure really well, and GB was not able to get into good position to defend, and allowed Feast to chip away hit points of GB. And as you can see, Feast 4 tanks doing more than 2k, GB 4 tanks doing more than 2k as well, and Feast, I really like Feast's performance tonight. They are very collected tonight. They are very composed, and that would bode well for Feast in the next few matches. And it's already 2-0 for Feast, so it's match point for Feast, and if it continues this way, Feast so far will be losing no single match. And will Berlin's pep talk come into play on Normandy? We will find out soon. It could be though. So looking at the lineup here, Normandy going with quadruple M6Os by Ho Chi Minh. No, quintuple M6Os by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, Doha, Nub-ish, and Tokyo. Professor the Vickers Light and Berlin in the mouse. Feast going with quadruple M6Os by Bifrost, Necromancer, Z-Park, and Shigemugu. James in the Crown Wagon, F-Silver, Vickers Light, and Hidden Surprise in the Ice Force. So that's non-2po M6Os across the board. On Normandy, it's a really good map for How Down, so I'm not surprised if we see even more M6Os in the next match, so that I can throw in all the turns. I mean, it's good if we are going to see Quattro Jacupo M6Os across the board, but I digress. So GB, with both teams taking a lot of M6Os. Let me just have a sip. There you go. Let's go. GB, with let's follow Professor for a moment here. Looking to go for D. I think he is trying to get a cap at the start. Oh no, he's going for a spot. This is what I'm expecting. Oh, F-Silver trying to get spots in this area, but already got shot once, but only spotted up 2 tanks. So this is not nice. Trying to run away. Hit points still in hit points in favor of GB. They've made a notch of more shots. Oh, Feast needs to stop dropping hit points at this point. At this rate, GB could lead by more than 1,000 hit points, but so far still within 1,000. That could change very soon if they are losing even more hit points. They have to be really careful, but I think we are sensing some entropy broiling around the A area. Necromans and Bifrost looking to get A. That could be important, but GB is definitely trying to push the lineup and apply pressure. Z-Park and James really feeling the heat right now, and and they will be on fire very soon. I mean, in not the right way. And we can see GB already making a push. James is now dead. Feast is struggling to cope with GB's pressure. This time, Z-Park is now dead, and GB has made a push onto B. Great controlled tempo for GB here. And Doha has to be really careful. He needs some support from the M60 from behind. And they're now moving in. They need to move in before Doha gets taken out by Feast quickly. So looking at GB, they have more than 3,000 hit points of advantage. Necromancer down to a one-shot. And it's going to be killed. And 4 tanks remaining for Feast. Professor is going to put a good shot into Bifrost. And Capricorn is going to push more shots into Bifrost. Professor is going to finish off Bifrost. And it's going to be 5 versus 2. Noppitch is now dead. Sugar and Mugu in that M60 looking for Tokyo next. But this is looking worse for wear. Feast right now, they only have 2 tanks left standing. And yes, Sugar and Mugu is going to be taken out next. It is Surprise now dead. And Tokyo is going to put shots into Shigemugu. And second shot in. Oh, spams! Shigemugu ramming into Tokyo! Oh, but I think he killed himself with that ram. Unfortunate. And this win, this is going to be GV's win, bringing it to 1-2. Berlin's pap talk is coming. We always love to see GV making a comeback. They're kings of comeback. They are known for that. And it's all to do with Berlin giving some really good pep talks. And this is what you want to. This is what you might be seeing here at Feast. They don't want to have memories of what happened last time against E7 in the grand final. Luckily, they didn't. Get swept in the end, but we're seeing glimpses of it. Feast only with 1 tank doing more than 2k, but for GB like 3 or 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and we are now seeing Feast. Oh, Jahi Spartan in the VK 72.01k. I think he said that this tank is really good. That show us it's a really good tank. Side scraping in that tank can be difficult, especially it can be quite difficult because very slight angling would mean that some part of your armor will be exposed and penetrable. Meanwhile, GB dropping the mouse, Birdie going for an IS4 instead, but they are sticking with a quintuple M60Os, and Feast we're seeing more M60Os coming into play. Quintuple that amounts to decupo M60Os across the board. Probably, yeah, ultimate, but you can try. Oh, F7 try, oh, M60? Oh wow, M60, not the machine gun, but this is interesting. I'm not sure how it's going to work. But, I'm very interested. Let's follow M60 for a few seconds at the start, and I have some strawberries. Come on. Yum. Okay, so GB this time. Whoa, where is my F Silver? Interesting. But Professor is once again taking the position he took last time. Well, some Feast tanks trying to cross into D. And looking to get C now. They will have a cap lead once again, not Feast. We're seeing here Surprise taking some hits. C is now captured. And I'll be seeing more very soon, coming very soon. GV in that. And Feast looking to get D. Jahi is my waifu going for D. And GB, held down near B. His surprise is now spotted. D is going to be captured. And it's going to be captured. Feast will not have the capture, but they will be within 1 kill away from winning, from overturning the cap. Points. Berlin and Capricorn will be looking near C, trying to push shots into Yahi is my waifu. That VK72.01K, not a good tank for long range shots, so has to be extremely mindful about this. Meanwhile, we are seeing not a lot of things happening. Airplanes flying over to see some stalemate going on, but Jahi's my waifu in that VK took some hits already, and they will have to once again be careful of dropping too many hit points at the start, because that means they will have a really hard time to make a comeback, trying to make a rotation. At the moment here, Feast still holding on. GB has not taken any damage. They are waiting patiently for Feast to rush, and GB this time they are not allowing Feast to chip away hit points, because that was what happened the first 2 games on first 2 matches on Faust, and they don't want a repeat of that, and they are doing really well on that. And Feast need to find a way to chip away hit points to GB, but they are not able to do so. They just have to find how to push. This is going to be hard, but GB is quite spread out. But I won't go for C particularly because Berlin is a bait, and that withdrawal of forces out in the open. If I were Feast, actually, I would push the AB side, and that means Berlin will have to take a really long time to rotate. And ISO is not very accurate at all. And this is exactly what I'm thinking of right now. Feast. I hope this works, but this is going to be it will be difficult. F Silver trying to get A. The Professor is there to reset. The HE shells have gone into F Silver, but Feast they're going aggressive over to the A side, and I think there will be a push coming in very soon, and that could work. The hit points are now neck and neck. And Feast, they're waiting for GB to drop even more hit points, and they will initiate that push right now. But Bifrost might be a little bit premature in that move, and now GB is leading by more than 2,000 hit points, but Feast is coming from behind. This is going to be crucial. Whether Feast can overturn this hit point deficit, that will all depend on the focus fire and whether Feast can remain alive for most of the game. Capricorn is going to be the solid focus for Feast, but Hidden Surprise already taken out. GB has already made a counter push over to the A side. Sugar Mugus in deep control, but Jahi's my wife, who's also dead. It's now 7 versus 5. Feast plan foiled, unfortunately, and Air Silver kills Capricorn out, and Bifrost cannot kill off Ho Chi Minh, but Slice My Wife was there to shut down Ho Chi Minh, and it's going to be the case. It's now would be a 5 versus 4 here, and this is getting tense indeed. Hit point still really close to call. GV is leading by more than 1,000, but that could change at any moment. Shigemuke kills off Tokyo, but took 2 hits in return. Should have waited slightly longer for that, but F Silver might be the focus for GV. It's all about the right focus fire here. James looking for Nopage, but Nopage is trying to go into safety, so he could only find out no, Doha is going into safety as well. Professor took a hit. F Silver's down. Shigemuke is now dead, so it's now 4 versus 2. GB should have this one in the bag, and Nutbase is trying to will get killed potentially by James. Would be trying to get into safety, but sliced by waifu. Oh, it's a bounce onto Nutbase, and that shot will be enough to kill off Nutbase. But sliced by waifu. Oh, a bounce for Berlin. Oh, this is not a bounce that Berlin would want to do at this point. But I don't think that will be very important now, because Slice, my waifu, is going to be killed by Berlin, and James will be killed by Doha. GB brings it to Tutu. And here we go, GV going with 5 tanks doing more than 2k, Feast 4 tanks are doing more than 2k. And we are now on to our punch start. Why is everyone laughing at? What happened? Did I make a terrible joke? Once again. Let's look at E7 versus ID. Who won? It's going to be E7 3-1 against ID, and we don't know who is going to win here. It's getting hellos. It's getting very exciting. The heat is getting higher. I feel like I'm on fire. So let's see who is going to join E7 in the final and match for 3rd place. Who is going to go there? Alpenstadt, we are seeing double mouse by Doha Up Edge, triple M60s by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, and Tokyo. Professor, the Victor's Light Verde IS4. Feast, on the other hand, triple M60s by Bifrost, Jahi, and Sly. James and Shugu, double 1-3s, F7, Victor's Light Hidden Surprise Mouse. But this pep talk is definitely coming into full effect. Wow. What more can I say about this? Berlin has done it again. Almost. We'll see if GV can overturn this result and bring it to 3-2. But it's always a good thing to see a big comeback. Yes, I think what GV has done a lot better than EA in terms of getting the cap advantage is that they protect caps a lot better. They don't drop too many hit points, and they also frustrate the other team by stripping away their hit points so that it makes it difficult for them to make a rotation in the end. Here we go, GV, red team on the north spawn with Feast, blue team on the south spawn. Feast is going to commit their tanks over to C with Professor, trying to get spots in the thickest line in this position, but I think he's trying to get spots over to whoever's trying to go into the northwestern corner, but I don't think he's finding anyone. They need to get A quickly before Feast is going to get C. They will send 2 tanks there. GV, they are from the north spawn, but I think they might not have a cap lead here. Feast will get the cap lead this time. They got C. And B will be too difficult to get, so this time it's going to be GV. That needs to do a rotation. Can they do it? We'll find out soon. I think this is going to be the first time tonight that Feast has got a cap lead. And hit points is in huge favor of GV. They are leading by more than 1,000 at the moment. Feast, they need to defend nicely, but it's only 1 kill away from having the cap points overturned. Legacy trying to lie to Capsule Gaming. They didn't lose 0-3 to ID. They won ID 3-1. So we'll find out soon. So we exposed you, Legacy. We exposed you. Still nothing much is going on. Feast is dropping more and more hit points. They have to be careful about this because GV are not dropping any hit points. GV is doing really nicely at the moment. But this is a standoff between 2 teams. I mean, the mountains are even more interesting than the match we're seeing right here. I mean, look at the undulation. Look at the colors. Look at how beautiful this is. I mean, admire this beauty. While we're still seeing the 2 teams here just defending one another, and not much is happening at the moment. And here we go. I don't know what more to say about this, but we're going to approach to 700 cap points very soon, though, and 800, and this is exactly where a lot of action will happen. And it's on GV. GV is now steadily pushing that line forward, and I have a bad feeling about Feast here, but Capricorn has to be absolutely careful. He is actually very isolated, and he's actually far in front of where most of the, the line of GV is. Looking at this one, I can draw here. You can't see it on the screen, but this is, they have to link up with Capricorn before he gets rushed by Feast, and they're now doing it. Feast is now making a counter push. This could work. GV needs to be careful. They're now trying to stop Feast from doing that counter push. James is now in deep trouble. Heaps of trouble now. GV, I think Capricorn is now the bait. They're now killed off James here. They're now leading by more than 4,000 hit points. And if it continues this way, this is going to be GV's game. But no, Feast has got B. And they're now trying to play for caps. This can be really close to Koshiga because it's now very, very low. But Feast, that counter push really didn't work out, and it backfired horribly. They're now looking for Capricorn. It's all about the focus fire right now. But Capricorn will kill off Jai's waifu. Shukamuku is now dead. Hidden Surprise is going to go down very soon. Feast is now struggling to survive. GV's trying to get both B and C, and they will win this one, or maybe not. Capricorn is now dead. B is now going to be under the focus of GV, but Slice My Wife is now dead. GV now leading by more than 6,000 hit points and also 960 cap points. This is definitely going to GV, and GV, Berlin's pep talk has started. Berlin pep talk has come into full effect. Never underestimate the Berlin's pep talk. And here we go. GV 1,000 cap points, and they qualify to the finals of tonight. Well done to GV. 2-0 down, tying up to bring it back to 3-2, besting Feast, and Feast got swept under the carpet of GV, and Berlin will be very happy how his team responded to the adversity. 6 tanks doing more than 2k, and at one point I was so concerned about Capricorn in that situation, but Feast did not really capitalize on that, and could also be a base set up by GB to draw Feast out of position. And I can understand that Feast made that move because they realized that Capricorn potentially is an isolated target, but it backfired horribly, and they have no tanks with more than 2k, and they will be going into the match for 3rd place, and will be playing against ID. Well done to GB. Alright, so let's go and follow GB next. Maybe. How many minutes do we have remaining? 15. So, let me take a deep breath. Don't have a lot of time left, so no analysis, but that has been really close to call. And because Feast has not qualified to to the final, so they will not get the maximum number of cups tonight. So how will the table change now? We'll find out now. Yes, beautiful with bad HD. Hello. I always get distracted by 3D mountains. Here we go. E7 is now in the first place with 10,400 and this transfer. What's that word even? Like, who got first place? They win against GB tonight. But Feast is now down to the third place, 9,802 cups. ID in the seventh place, 9,302 cups. Laos, 9,012 cups. And if ID wins the third place tonight, they will overtake our EA and HLV. And oh, 82 views! Yay! I got a lot of views! Yay! Thank you very much. And finals will be extremely exciting. So hello, it's Saindo. How are you doing? And here we go. Well, we'll play some comment. I need my revenge. I need my revenge for this. What the heck? Oh, 9. Oh wow! You turned quickly. You reacted quickly. Nope. No, Vindicator, you're not going to do that. Oh, how did that not go through? Bye-bye, SU. Oh. T25. I'm watching the chat right now. Oh, someone's AFK. Hello. Maybe his parents called and his parents no, their parents called and their parents got a call from the headmaster that their child has done something naughty in the school and really naughty in the school, and now they cannot play this game. Oh, I hope you're fine. In the end. So sad to see you AFK. Oh, I like the nature everywhere, even stretch. Yes, maybe I should have a stream, ASMR stream just showing nature and relaxing music, so that's that can be food for thought. Oh, we have room invite soon. No. G versus E7, that will happen in yeah, that's 42 past. So we still have 9 minutes until this match starts, which means we have 4 minutes remaining to go. Let me draw something here. No. Get my rewards. And for those of you who just joined and waiting for the most exciting match of tonight, let me do a briefing. Let me do some briefing to you. What the previous skill tournament format is. The first day it will be a 4-team double elimination played in the best of 3 series. Second day 4-team double elimination played in best of 3 series as well. Third day 8-team single elimination with match for first place, and here we are now. Quarterfinals and semi-finals will be in the best of 5, but what you are going to be seeing next, it will be in the best of 7 series. Seeding is based on strongest and weakest principle via weighted win rate. The top 2 of each group from the first day advance to the second day. The top 2 of each group from the second day would advance to the third day, and a leaderboard. And the leaderboard is ranked in the ascending order of the number of cups, and here are going to be the number of cups you are going to earn. The teams are going to earn tonight, or the clan. And already we know that GB and E7 will be earning at least 1,597 cups, with Feast and ID looking to earn 1,277 cups. There are still matches. I don't have Vickers Light or IS4 in my garage on the Asia server, but looking at the timeline here, originally the matches scheduled for tomorrow are moved to today because of the update coming tomorrow. But we are also seeing Autumn Season. The left hand at the bottom left hand corner will be the overview of this season. And the final is going to start in around 7 minutes. And here we go, my top 8 guests: Feast, GV, ECG, ID, E7, NQ, E7, HLV, and EA. with NQE7 and ECG not playing tonight, but RN and also Laos. So here we go. Maybe I could ask you in the chats, what are your predictions? You can tell me now. Ask my community, and I will stop after the first match. Is my sound getting glitched? I'm not sure. Maybe, but it's fine on my end. I'm not seeing any warnings. Okay, finally we are going for Normandy. E7 versus GV, the most anticipated match of tonight. GV is going with quintuple team with the M60s by Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, Monaco, Nairobi, and Tokyo. Monaco in the Professor in the Vickers Light and Berlin the Mouse. It will be the first time seeing Nairobi playing here, and if I remember correctly, Nairobi is the capital of Kenya. And E7 we are going with where GG is for a lot. I think is knocked backwards or cheese balls. M4XDRF. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. I'm calling you M4 for now. In the M60, probably alongside Milkshake, Tank Pro 7 in the FV4202. Desert Rose in the AMX50B, Nuggies and Fries, IS4, and Let Me Be Your Temple in VK72.01K, which reminds me of Margaret's song. Do you ever listen to that song? It's such a banger. Margaret's Temple. I think competed in Melody Festival in 2018, if I remember correctly, or 2019. I forgot. I believe somewhere around that, but didn't even get into Andre Schatzen, which is a robbery. It's a robbery. Why is that song not even in the next round? Oh my gosh, it's such a nice song. Good. Good, and we see where GG in the M60 alongside M4 and Milkshake. Legacy in the queue. Ducky Surprise potentially getting in the IS4. GV ready in these tanks. Monaco and Nairobi. Oh, Nairobi not playing. Will be on the subs bench. What did I do to make you laugh once again? Yes, Winter Fox should be really happy about this. Here we go, E7. Triple M6Os by, okay. Normandy. Not the band in from Sweden. It's a rock band, I think. Rock, or even better, actually. So check them out if you haven't. I think I like some of their songs. So if you're into rock or metal, then Normandy is for you. But that Y is spelled in IE instead. So I digress. I know too much about pop music probably. So let's go here and we're having some terrible ping issues. That shot from Tank Pro 7 didn't quite connect. Be ready to get fired from E7. So that's a terrible and unacceptable shot. I'm very sure that E7, when they are seeing this stream, they're definitely very unhappy. I'm just joking. Please don't take it seriously. Definitely that shot is not going to be the shot that is going to define his, or no, their fate in E7. So it's all about getting hold of caps once again. GB didn't have any single caps so far. Berlin's going for D, and C is captured by E7, but Berlin's trying to go for D, but it's not going to be successful because E7 is putting shots into Berlin. Great shots there, and M4, another good shot to Berlin. Milkshake could land that final blow, but it's a bounce here. Berlin able to bounce some crucial shells, but GB is now swarming into B. Oh, are they going to make a push from B side? That can be really big, with Tokyo already taking some hits already, so E7 is actually defending well, and GB has lost so many hit points. E7, it's all about killing the tanks now. Ho Chi Minh now down to a one shot, and GB, that push definitely aged well, I must say. Legacy is now going for Tokyo now that the clip is almost fully reloaded. First shell into Tokyo, second shell into Tokyo, third shell into Tokyo, I would believe. Yes, it is going to be the case. Tokyo instead, Doha instead, more skyscraper is going to fall down at this moment in time. Ho Chi Minh could be the next tank down. It is going to be the case. And Capricorn and also the rest of GB's forces going for Desert Rose, and that could only be the first tank down for E7 instead, but already GB lost 3, maybe 4 tanks very soon. Desert Rose gets rammed by Capricorn. GB is falling apart tremendously. At this point, E7 could win with more than 10,000 hit points remaining to go. So you never know what is going to happen next, but good double tap from Legacy and Tank Pro 7 into Nubbage. And Professor's now dead. Oh, that was a bounce from Tank Pro into Nubbage here. And Tank Pro needs to connect that one onto Nubbage. It is the case. E7 almost almost have 10,000, more than 10,000 was remaining, just short of that. But this is such a dominant victory for E7 with 6 tanks to more than 2k. GB, that push on B didn't work out because they were pushing out in the open under the crossfire of E7. E7 didn't really have any tanks near that area, so GB aren't able to pick up a tank, and E7 is able to shut down GB by lots of hit points, making it almost impossible for GB to make a comeback here, with now E7 leading 1-0. Nairobi to take control from Berlin. Here we go. You're jinxing E7 to win here. 57% of you is saying E7 will win. GB have fans. They're not the only one to receive. Okay, I can't make it. I can't do this. 42% of you voted for GB. 59 votes. So hopefully next time we get more than 100 votes. Normandy. So far it's going to be 1-0. And here we go. This time, E7. That's I think they are pretty much going for the same lineup. Oh my gosh, E7 memeing GB because GB loves to replace I with a J. But looking at GB, Professor now playing the E50M. We were all expecting E50M to become a common tank to for Clan Wars, but so far it is used less often than the E5. So this is quite interesting. You were thinking that E50M will make a lot of appearance. Doesn't seem to be the case. C is now getting captured. Oh, some shots going from GB. Desert Rose trying to run away. Can he do it? Maybe it is. But GB's applying a lot of pressure. They got D though. They don't have the cap lead. GB doesn't have to make that push though. They're trying to pressure E7 into losing more and more hit points, but so far E7 is able to withstand the pressure, and GB is actually going for D now. B might be captured, but no, they're ignoring B. E7 is trying to make a pincer movement. Capricorn taking a big hit, and Tank Pro in that FP4202. Oh, it's a bounce though. But Milkshake in that M60. GB is responding. Tank Pro is really struggling to cope with that. Oh, another bounce, and this is a problem with the FP4202. If you use hash, you don't have the heat, and that means we don't have the extra penetration to penetrate the armor, and it seems Tank Pro is not doing well in that 4202, and will be the first tank down. And E7 is now trying to make a counter push though. GB, despite killing off Tank Pro 7, they are actually not leading hit points so far. Ho Chi Minh could be done, in a few seconds, and he's now dead. Oh, what's going on? Did someone trample or something? What happened right here? I'm seeing G just losing a lot of hit points in a matter of seconds. Milkshake's now dead. I think a turret landed on someone. Glad it's been resolved, but it didn't really fluster GB at all. E7 now struggling. Nuggies and Fries are now dead. It's now going to be a 3 versus 4. GB leading by more than 1,000 hit points here. M4 looking for Nutbitch, I would say. Oh no, maybe looking for E50M, but no, Nutbitch is going to be the priority for now. M4 took a hit, but Tempo is going to be killed in no time. No promo code, no promo code, sorry. And Tempo is now down to 1 shot. Can he land a shot? Big shot into Berlin. Max throw into Berlin. Professor's now dead. Will E7 make a comeback here? This is getting more and more unlikely, but you never say never. Doha kills off Desert Rose with M4 now down to the last person. Last person standing, and it's going to be GB taking home the second match. And Doha doing the final ritual to M4, bringing it to 1-1. So it's all back to square one. Or is it the right phrase for that? E7 5 tanks doing more than 2k, GB 4 tanks doing more than 2k. We are now on to Middelburgi. Middelburgi, it's a 1-1. Currently, E7 3 tanks, 3 players driving the M60, but no, that's upcapped GB setup. That E50 definitely worked, I think. It's going to be a best of 7, so whichever team wins the first 4 matches will win the fixture. Berlin in the IS4, Capricorn, Ho Chi Minh, and Tokyo triple M60, Professor E50, double mouse by Doha and Nub Itch. Meanwhile, E7 going with Temple or Margaret in the Vickers Light, Legacy in the M60 alongside Milkshake, Desert Rose, and the MX50B, and Nuggies and Fries IS4 Tank Crew also taking the M60 and M4 in the mouse. On the subspace we have Where, GG, and BFK. Let me eat more fruits. Special promo code. No. None of that. E7. Red team. No spawn. GB blue team south spawn. So let's go for Temple. Spot up. The tanks going uphill. GB once again doing being the aggressor. Going to get both B and C at the same at the start will give E7 a lot of cap pressure here. And they did. So GV have the cap advantage, and we are seeing Berlin and Professor pulling back, but E7 could get C, but that would not be anywhere. Well, that would be helpful because E7 will be getting A unchallenged. Meanwhile, E7 could get C also unchallenged unless GB could reset C, but it could be hard because not really anyone in this position there to do that. Berlin could reset C though, so let's see if E7 can capture C. Nuggies and Fries, let's head down to Nuggies and Fries. Didn't really penetrate anywhere. We'll be going for C. Will GB be able to reset C? They are not doing anything, which is really weird. And they are allowing E7 to get C, so that means they will get the cap advantage soon. Unless E7 lost A. Oh, Temple! No, don't do that. Not a good hit there. Tank Pro also took some hits here. GV did some important shots right here. Double mouse looking for A, looking to rush M4. Could be the signal for E7 to rotate to the other side on C and shut down those tanks unless E7 has shots onto N4. I think in a good position, I would say. draw whoever is trying to go for M4 here. So now Desert Rose is going to move in to shut down Nub Edge, and I actually like this call. Not going for C, but they're going for Nub Edge instead. Meanwhile, GB has now made a move. Good call because the Mountains are getting rushed. Looking for Nuggets and Fries first, and I think Music needs to go forward because Nuggets and Fries is now quite low, so all the focus will be on Nuggets and Fries, but he manages to bounce quite a few shots here, and now Nuggets and Fries is in deep trouble. They need to share hit points. E7 needs to share hit points. They're not doing it nicely at the moment, but now Temple is now getting absolutely rushed. It's now going to be 7 versus 6. And Berlin could go down any moment. E7 still with 2 caps compared to GB with 1, so it's all about survival. E7 is all about survival here. Tank Pro is now dead, and it's now 6 versus 5. This is getting really tense. Lucky Surprise could be killed by Capricorn, but it's a miss from Capricorn though. And we're now seeing Legacy going to be rushed next, but he still has a lot of hit points to spare. 6 versus 4 now. E7 very close, touching distance of winning the third match here. Capricorn is now killed by M4 with Legacy now dead. 5 versus 3. Temple could get shut down pretty quickly. I mean, showing the backside to the GB's forces. He has to run away. They have to run away quickly though. Professor, the 50M, but I don't think that will be enough. E7 winning with caps, 1000 cap points, getting both A and B. GB, I think, will be regretting allowing C to be under the hands of E7, and that push from the double mouse. I think it wasn't communicated well enough, and allowed E7 to actually coordinate and plan a counter to that. And I mean, unfortunately, GB had they communicated better with those mouses, I would say it could have been a different story. E7 5 tanks to more than 2k, and also GB, but GB would not be happy about this one. And Middelburg is probably E7's favorite map because I've seen it do really well in this map. And 2-1 it is now. E7. And here we go, Middelburg. We'll now see a triple M6 series by Milkshake, Tank Pro, and Legacy. Desert Rose 50B, Lucky Surprise, Eyes for Temple, Vickers Light, and M4 Mouse. GB going back to the same lineup, I think maybe the same strategy. Berlin is offline, and that can be quite worrying. He has to come back, and he's the leader of captain of GB's team. I'm sure he's still, I mean, he is ready, so he will be in the game nonetheless. But it's worrying. He has to reboot his mobile device as soon as possible, but I believe he will be counted. Yeah, he will be counted, but Berlin has to be quick. Butter, you mean the song by BTS? Oh gosh. Why am I eating so many fruits? Because I bought I don't know, bought a fruit packet, so as a snack. I mean, it's good to have fruits as snacks instead of chips, so. What do they mean by the 113 thing? Here we go. Let's see if Temple can spot something up here. Or not. We're seeing a reverse game A in a 50M. Interesting, but If E7 is actually pushing A, then I would say Professor is going to be sayonara. But he's going to make a big push now onto A, trying to cap C, trying to get a cap lead once again. But Tempro took a big hit already there. So it means it's not a good start for E7, and they have to find a way to triple hit points of GB. They're able to do it, but Ho Chi Minh took a big hit trying to be aggressive. But I think it's going to be a lot of pressure for E7. Can they withstand this pressure? Legacy is actually going to be the focus for GB, and we'll be trying to land that last shell, but I think will be decommissioned very soon. Nuggets and fries. Oh, a bounce! No. It will be another 10 seconds or so for another shell to go through. But Desert Rose is going for Berlin. We'll be killing Berlin. Oh, it's going for Capricorn instead, but it's going to be a kill to Berlin. However, GB has 2 caps still, so E7, if they want to win this one, they have to hurry up. But they also do not have the hit points, so they have to be really careful. Desert Rose still really healthy, so he has to use some of the hit points. Milkshake's still really low. But great shot from Milkshake onto Capricorn. That is an important shot right here. But oh, got killed before he's able to land a shot onto Professor instead. And Tankpro, great shots. Can he land the last shell? No. Unable to finish off Professor, I mean. But will be killed by Tempo instead. It's now 3 versus 3, still really tense. You never know what's going to happen next. Nut Edge is now down to 1 shot. But Nut Edge still has a really long reload to go for. But Nut Edge is now killed by Tempo. I think Ethan might be on the cusp on a comeback here. The Capons are still with GB at the moment. Tempo now going in for Ho Chi Minh. There is still a mouse happening around. Oh, but Tempo, that was not a shot that they will be happy about. So Tempo is now going to circle around to with Doha, but GB does not have to fluster at all. What Doha needs to do now is to get A. They need to stop GB from getting more cap points, and Doha, hopefully, he can win in the brawl against Desert Rose, but Desert Rose in the 50B, 1 versus 1, you all know that 1 versus 1 situation, if 50B is the best tank because of the clip. But a great track shot onto Doha by Desert Rose, and also did some damage to the tempo, as I said. Will be going for A, and Doha might be going for C, might be going for Cat 1C. Oh, Desert Rose. Bounce that shot to Doha. Doha's going for 8 now. 900 cap points for GB. This is getting really tense. Let's follow Desert Rose for now. Desert Rose. Oh no, Doha. That was an absolute horrific miss right here. Oh dear, I think that would be monumental. That would change everything. Doha now down to 1 shot. Unless Doha is able to amble rack Desert Rose, this is definitely going to be E7's game. Temple coming from behind. I think we will land that final blow onto Doha, making it to 3-1 to E7. Oh my lord. When there is a community tournament, I will see E7 5 tanks to 2K, GB 5 tanks to 2K. I have no idea how GB did not win in this situation, because they were having a solid hit point pool lead when they're trying to apply pressure on E7. Great pressing from GB, but E7 seems to be able to get their discipline, their focus fire discipline extraordinarily well. And I mean, that kind of discipline won the game in the end, and you have to say Desert Rose also did a fantastic job in that 50B, almost doing 5,000 damage, killing 2 tanks. Player of the match for me here. For GV, they need to focus here, because the focus fire of E7 is pretty strong, and we are now at 4 despair. Could be a good map for GV. It's a heavy oriented map, and GB loves to play with the heavies, and they are not taking any mediums or lights, and this is 4th despair, so expect no mediums or light because the map is relatively small. What is sugar? Eating fruits is the way to go, you're right. It's a good snack, so there we go. E7, red team will not spawn with GB, blue team on the same spawn. And here we go, GV going for the northwestern corner, I believe, or is it not? Desert Rose trying to spot through the platforms here. And I think we'll get some good spots, or maybe not. Does he have enough view range? Oh, spot up, not bitch! Crossing. Needs to angle up and score the bounce. But it's a track shot, I believe. Didn't even bother to fix the tracks though. I mean, it's not the best idea because I think it's a good opportunity to fix your tracks in this situation. Oh, Professor! Oh, where did that come from? Oh, it took a really big hit from the M60Os, but look at LGB. M60Os are in trouble! 2 versus 4, can you do it? And there's Tanker from behind as well. But I feel really worried about those M60Os. GV is applying so much pressure. And as you know already, as I always say, holding here is not the best idea. You will get crossfire from a lot of different angles. Legacy is now down to 436 hit points. So it's all on to E7 to make a push on the outside potentially. And they are now rushing into the mouse, so great opportunity for GV to kill off those M60Os now. Milkshake, can he kill off Capricorn? That is an important kill right here. Although under 2 versus 4, 1 kill is always important. With Tank Pro now potentially isolated, no, he is with E100 here, and we're seeing E7 struggling to clear off tanks, cleared off Knob Edge here, but the forces of GV now looking for Tank Pro and also Tempo. Can they hold long here? It's all about focus fire now. They need to push shots in, but Tempo going for Tochi main, it's a bit questionable choice. But they're now going for Tokyo instead. Tempo's a little bit distracted, discombobulated. It's going for Tojime instead. The focus is not that good here, but Doha is now dead. E7 is now getting control of the B side. This can be instrumental. Tank Pro is now dead, and Professor is trying to pull back because E7 is trying to push onto the B side with now Tempo, the last person remaining near this area. GB is going to win with 3 tanks, but they lost Ho Chi Minh as well. This is actually getting really close. Tempo is now dead. This is now going to be 3 versus 3. Hit points are still very close. I have no idea what's going to happen, but looking at the armor, I would say GB has the advantage because Desert Rose can be paper for GB. Great shot onto Berlin here, but Nuggets and Fries, I think a kill onto Professor will be very important, but Tokyo will make sure that Nuggets can't push because they can do double or even triple tap. But E7 has the cap, so E7 just need to defend, just need to stay safe, but there are only around 4 minutes remaining, but Professor, that is a crucial kill right here from M4, and M4 is just laughing. I don't think they were expecting that kill to happen here, and I think that will change a lot now. 3 versus 2, that will also free up Desert Rose for a little bit, and also Lucky Surprise. M4, that mouse, I think we're looking for Berlin. Let's head down to M4 right now. M4 looking for IS4. Oh, great traction right here. On an adrenaline, but couldn't quite angle up the turret armor. Berlin's trying to move backwards to minimize the momentum change here, and M4 cannot do any ram damage, but that was a terrible bounce onto Berlin. It's still close, but M4 needs to put every shell in. Tokyo is now dead. It's now going to be 3 versus 1. Surely, E7 has this. E7 has this, I think. E7, M4 needs to land an R shell, or maybe someone else on E7. Berlin, can he emerald rack? No. Berlin is dead. E7 wins the group tonight, 4-1 over to GB. Congratulations to E7, and they are going to start the season with 3 days of winning the group, their respective groups, and they will get the maximum number of cups tonight. Well done to E7 and GB. Commiserations, and I think their aggression, their aggressive play didn't quite work out in the end. E7 simply with their focus fire and how they try to conserve their hit points. They are looking very strong, I would say. And 5 tanks doing more than 2k for E7, with GB only 4 tanks doing more than 2k. Amazing win for E7. Well done to you all. GB will be settling for the 2nd place, and let's also find out the result of ID versus Feast. ID lost to Feast 1-4, so that's not a good start for ID in the end. Fruit good for Jack. Jack eat fruit. We happy. Racket completed. So if we update the leaderboard, this is going to be the final leaderboard for tonight. Feast 3rd place. I'm not eating jackfruit. I don't have jackfruit in my fruit pot. And here we go. So tonight, E7 will be finishing with 10,846 cups, GB 10,138 cups, Feast 10,112 cups, and finally ID 9,302 cups in the 7th position. Jackfruit eating Jack now. No. And later we will have the EU stream, and I don't know which team I will follow. But we know the teams in for tonight: Endgame, Loca, BBS, Ray, Jones, A1M1, Immortals, Phoenix, APA, Veil, TTT, Rackham, XSOP, ASP, Rap 3, Demo, Cash, and also Quake. So this has been me, Wildwood's Helper, and I'm really happy to be back following the tournament season. This is going to be really exciting, and as always, Asia server never lets me down. So hopefully, all of you have a good afternoon on the EU server, and good evening on the on the Asia server. So for now, thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon in around 5 hours. Bye for now.